We have made it to Port Hardy, and I have a new friend. Anyway, we're just charging up because we have a long drive to San Josef Bay on dirt. So I want to get a little bit of reserve energy because, oh, there's rats over here. Hey Leslie, rats. We're here. They're not moving. Anyway, we want to get some reserve energy because we're going to need to find, do you see it now? A place to camp, and it's also a long drive. So, and unfortunately the charger here is really slow, only 100 kilowatts. So it's going to take a while. So we're just hanging out on this really smelly beach. Well, we must be learning how to do things right. We're here overlooking the beautiful Holberg Inlet on the way to San Josef Bay. And we actually finally managed to camp and set up while the sun was still up, which I think is possibly the first time we've done that this trip. Anyway, absolutely gorgeous up here. And we're going to head on to some big ass tree tomorrow morning and then on to San Josef Bay tomorrow afternoon. Tide's out 2:30, so that works great. Till then. Alright, we have made it to San Josef Bay, just walking the roughly 2.6 kilometer trail from the park to the actual beach area. We timed it pretty good, so it's around 1 o'clock or so. Tide is on its way out. Should be able to see a lot of cool stuff. The trail is gorgeous, really easy to walk. It's just a bit longer. Yeah, back when we're at the beach. Well, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but yeah, this might be the nicest beach I've ever seen in Canada. It is It's pretty beautiful. The water's actually not bad. I wish I brought a pair of shorts, swim shorts. I could swim in these though. Fine. Now what? Wonder how many people know about that. This is the world's second largest burl or the world's first largest burl. It weighs 22 tons. In case you're wondering what a burl is, it's a growth on a tree. That's the stump or the trunk right above it. It's insanely big.
50-year-old spruce tree.
How old is it? A 350-year-old. Okay. All right, we are just outside of Campbell River at a little lake called Gillson Lake. It's a very tiny lake, and a very unknown road, very kind of hidden trail to get here. But you'll see, it's quite the beautiful campsite. And the lake is freakishly warm. This is the only campsite on this lake. Nice campsite though. So definitely worth coming out and checking out. I would not say you can get here with a regular car. Any truck or SUV will do though. Car, probably not. But definitely worth checking this out if you're ever out in these neck of the woods. Quite beautiful. All right, we are in the headquarters powerhouse or sawmill, depending on where you look. This is an abandoned building that was obviously used a long time ago. And it's right off the road. It's really easy to get to. There's some pretty unique art in here. some actually good art and some really trash art. Oh! Yeah, just keep it on that line. Right, passenger, crank it. Except for that one.
Yeah, he broke his bumper.
All right, we are on the Pacific Marine Road heading to Port Renfrew. We just left Lake Cowichan. So this is a road that we actually came up initially. Now we're heading back down south. So we're heading west to Port Renfrew and then heading south, basically backtracking to find a few places that we missed on the way up on the first couple of days. So that's where we are now. Check it out. All right, made it to Botanical Beach. It's pretty cool. Little tide pools. The tide is actually coming in right now though, so we can't hang out here too long. And we're probably missing a lot of stuff, but that's okay. Instagram versus reality again. All right, third trail of the day. Today we're heading, or this time we're heading down to Sandcut Beach. There's apparently a pretty cool waterfall that kind of comes crashing down into the beach area. So this is a little bit of a narrower trail, but it's quite short, only 400 meters. Let's see what it looks like. if you want a much easier way to see the falls at Sandcut Beach, find this bridge. It's basically the bridge that goes over the little mini river that is the falls at Sandcut Beach. It's just south of the parking lot, so we're just walking back up the road to the parking lot now because we decided to come up this way. Much easier. Alright, we have made it to this cool cabin on this cool little unnamed lake, and this is where we're going to spend the night. We're taking a little tour here. Gotta point out, if you're watching this video and you go out in the bush and have a fire, for God's sakes, if you're going to use pallets, clean up your damn nails. There's nails everywhere here, and we've got dogs. Well, we've got 8 dogs, as you can see. Other people bring dogs. And having nails scattered all around is not cool. Yeah, check this out. We are at the end of our trip, just at the ferry terminal here in Schwartz Bay. So we've gone 3,029 kilometers, 3,029.4. Obviously we still got to go home, so that's another 190 kilometers until we're home. Ferry trip included, actually, though. at 3.07 kilometers per kilowatt hour. That's pretty good. We've used 991 kilowatt hours of electricity in total. I don't know what the math is for that, on how many full charges that is, but yeah, truck did exceptionally well, a lot better than I expected. If we were to factor that 3.07 kilometers per kilowatt hour out to the rough size of the battery, I say rough because it's either 128, 130, or 134. I don't know. Like, apparently it's 134 usable or total, and then the usable is less, but it's going to be around 400 kilometers of range, combining all of the asphalt and gravel roads and off-roads that we did. That's pretty awesome, actually. That's a lot better than I expected it to be, so that's pretty cool. We did hundreds of kilometers off-road, so on dirt. We kept the tire pressure at 55, 56 PSI most of the time off-road. 56, 55% PSI most of the time on pavement. Blech, can't speak. And generally when we're off-road, I lowered it down to about 40 PSI. Every now and then we were driving at 55 PSI on dirt roads as well. Yeah, I saw quite a bit, as you can see in the videos. You know, the different things that we saw, obviously, like all sorts of waterfalls. We went through tons of trails, saw a lot of big trees, went to some pretty cool little towns, got ice cream like 4 times. What else did we see?
Bears.
We saw lots of bears.
We saw 3.
We saw 3 bears. I don't think we got any on video though, did we?
No.
No. And then our friends saw a couple of bears as well. We saw a ton of grouse. Call them bush chickens. There's so many of them.
Some deer.
Lots of deer, yeah. Didn't get any of those on video or pictures either, unfortunately. And that was about it. So, and a lot of lakes, obviously. There's a lot of lakes. You know, most of our camping, we really tried to get to lakes or rivers or something like that. We saw a lot of rivers, a lot of lakes. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the video there. And till next time, if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for future videos. And until next time, take care.